Financial challenges in Iberia Parish caused dozens of residents to fear for the worst. What caused the panic? We'll have that coming up. And police have arrested a third suspect in connection with the death of Howard Poche. Details straight ahead. Plus, Lafayette Business is working to keep you safe from cyber attacks in the new year. That story is straight ahead.
Live and local. You're watching Acadiana's KLAF News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Danielle Grossman. Thank you for choosing Acadiana's KLAF News at 10 for your news tonight. Adam Hooper has the evening off. Residents in Iberia Parish can breathe a sigh of relief this evening. The Sugarina will stay open and no furloughs are necessary. In a packed house, the Iberia Parish Council voted to increase funding for the venue and wanted to clear up some misunderstandings. KLAF's Toy Thornton has the details in tonight's top story.
To set the record straight, from the Sugarina,
we want everyone out there to know we are open for business.
And from the parish,
Iberia Parish and the Sugarina is open for business, and you're welcome here. We're not shutting anything down.
It was last week when the Iberia Parish Council sent an email to the Acadiana Fairgrounds Commission about budget problems.
We're having budget problems and financial issues just like every other governmental agency and most businesses around the state of Louisiana.
The email merely suggested that workers be furloughed until the problem is solved. Since then, the council has been working with the commission for a solution, and now they have one.
We've solved our short-term crisis, absolutely. And part of the issue was getting some state grants in that we normally get in much earlier.
And the commission says this is the best news they could hear.
Relieved, and just know that we're going to continue to do our best to cut what we can in expenses.
Now the commission says they will have to work even harder to make cuts, but continue to preserve the traditions and the very things that make the Sugarina unique.
We will look at the budget, see what we can do to cut it as much as we can, but we also want to continue to book our events, see where we can bring in more events that can make maybe more money for the facility.
In Iberia Parish, Toy Thornton, Acadiana's KLAF News.
The Fairgrounds Commission says even before the budget cuts, they were heavily dependent upon volunteers. If you'd like to volunteer with the Sugarina, head to our website, KLAF.com, for the link and more information. Heading into our Crime Watch tonight, a third arrest has been made in connection with the death of Howard Poche. Investigators with the Iberia Parish Sheriff's Office has charged 45-year-old Michelle King with principal to first-degree murder. King was found cleaning up blood in Poche's house the day he was reported missing. 3 days later, his body was found inside of a trash can beside his home. Jeffrey Marks and Brady Rogers were also arrested in connection to the case and are facing first-degree murder charges. The investigation is ongoing. Funeral arrangements are still pending for Mr. Poche. Family members have set up a GoFundMe account to help with the cost of a proper burial. The campaigning is just $2,100 shy of its goal. Almost $8,000 has been raised in the past week. In Iberia Parish, the inmate that died has been identified as 48-year-old Malcolm Menard of New Iberia. Deputies were serving meals when they discovered Menard hanging from a telephone cord in the cell. CPR was administered to Menard and he was taken to a hospital where he was pronounced dead. Menard was arrested Tuesday for disturbing the peace while intoxicated and battery on a police officer. Detectives say he's believed to have been homeless. Deputies in Acadia Parish need your help finding a fugitive and identifying her accomplices. An arrest warrant's been issued for 35-year-old Jennifer Janis, who's accused of using several stolen credit cards around Acadia Parish. Deputies are also searching for her accomplices. Now take a look at your screen. The first suspect, a white man with a slim build and a mustache. The second is a white woman, medium build. The third is a white man with a medium build, dark hair and a full beard. They were last seen leaving one business in a newer model white Ford F-350 with a black hood and black hood scoop. Anyone with information on Janice or the other suspects, please call Crime Stoppers at 789-TIPS. It's a new year and hackers are coming up with new ways to go after your data. But rest assured, there are steps you can take to protect your home or your business. Tech experts say the best way is to have an IT person you trust and to always back up your system so in case your hard drive becomes compromised, you can recover your data without a problem. Tech experts say cyber attacks are constantly changing.
Attacks themselves are becoming more complex. They still use a lot of the same methodology. However, because of the new malware and ransomware threats, they're able to get in and stay in longer than they would have before with just a regular antivirus firewall kicking them out.
If you find yourself or your business in the middle of a cyber attack, Brock has a simple motto. First, take a step back, breathe twice, and look at it again. For more information, visit our website. That's KLAF.com. Well, Lafayette can now officially call itself a smart city thanks to a $40,000 grant from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. Lafayette was one of 2 cities awarded the Smart City Air Challenge Award. With this grant, Lafayette Engagement and Research Network will install 300 air quality sensors around the city. But best of all the findings will be documented on a new public sharing data system. Officials say this will give citizens a chance to really understand what's going on in their city. After skipping a year, Mardi Gras is coming back to New Iberia. Very exciting. It's all because of the newly formed Bayou Mardi Gras Association. Patrick Norris, one of its founders, says the organization's been hard at work getting sponsors and the community involved in the city's parade. 15 floats, local bands, and dance groups have already signed up.
We're just trying to bring it back to town to have something to enjoy. It's going to be a family event.
We're very rich in culture, and I'm just excited because the people, we have high turnouts for our parades, and it is very family friendly.
The parade's set for February 10th in downtown New Iberia. Christmas is obviously a happy time for gifts and bringing new furry additions to the family. Opening that bundle of joy may be cute, but sometimes the reality is not the expectation. This year in St. Landry Parish, Animal Control has seen an influx of puppies being dropped off after Christmas.
They were just an unwanted commodity, which is horrible to say, that you make a human form of life into a commodity.
Some of the dogs will be transported to shelters in other states, while others will stay in Acadiana to be adopted. If you're interested in adopting a dog or a puppy, contact Acadiana Animal Aid or the St. Landry Parish Animal Shelter. Moving into some state news this evening, good news for the Northwest Louisiana economy. A new project at the former GM Shreveport plant creates more than 100 jobs in Caddo Parish. Glovis America chose Caddo Parish for its new vehicle logistics and processing center. The company signed a lease to the former General Motors Shreveport plant, creating 150 direct jobs. Glovis America is responsible for the delivery of all Hyundai and Kia vehicles to dealerships in the U.S. Imported cars, the facility will get new equipment and exterior upgrades as requested by local dealers. Shocking video taken in New Orleans nursing home by the son of an elderly resident. The man who was visiting his father says he pulled out his cell phone to capture the sight of roaches throughout the home. He says that they were even in his father's bed. The concerned son went to the State Department of Health and Hospitals with this video, and that prompted a state inspection. The public report filed after that inspection shows the facility was found to be unclean and roaches were inside several of the rooms. According to the state records and DHH spokesperson, the director at the Uptown Healthcare Center has acknowledged the findings and has agreed to correct the issue by next week. The state will then send inspectors out once again. This facility was asked for comment, and so far, no one has answered. One Florida family has a taste of the wild side when an uninvited visitor shows up at their door. That's coming up. And the repeal of the Affordable Care Act was given a halt today. How lawmakers plan to keep millions of Americans insured, that's just moments away.
And we got freezing temperatures on the way. We have rain on the way. Do they come together? Talk about the chances we could see some snow in Acadiana. Full forecast coming right back.